By every metric I keep track of, weight, body fat, metabolism, some blood work, a whole bunch of different things that I keep track of, my health and wellness is pretty close to optimal, though it doesn't mean I've gotten there and I'll stop. I'm going to keep doing the work to get there and continue to improve. However, my finances could be better. And with that in mind, I've been reading more and more. I've been a little more responsible with my finances, and I've read several different books, but one that comes to mind is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. And something he drives home in that I find brilliantly simple, and that is the concept between assets and liabilities. Unfortunately, so few of us seem to learn the difference, and more importantly, seem to learn how to make sure we start out by getting our hands on those assets and eliminating the liabilities. We often get brainwashed into believing that we just need those liabilities because they're markers of how good we are and how we are compared to everybody else. So whether it's the phone you have that you're watching this, your car, your house, your clothes, so many different things that we purchase, it's typically purchased on credit and we don't own it, it's a liability. So with all that in mind, what I want to do is get you to think about your health and wellness under that same vein. So we often, when we try to get back in shape, we get back to the gym, and how often do you say to yourself, you worked out, so now you can eat that meal, now you can have those drinks. You're training to offset a poor diet, and or you're training to try to get rid of the stored energy in the form of body fat. If we can begin to think about our body, the fuel we're putting in, and the makeup of our body from that standpoint of assets and liabilities, really simple. Let's go muscle is your asset. Excess body fat is your liability. We do not take care of the problem of liability by just doing a little extra cardio and then consuming more of the food that made us gain excess liability in the first place. So what do we want to do? Real simple, guys. Let's make sure we properly fuel our body. Let's go 80-20 rule, 80% whole food, 20% minimally processed. Let's eliminate ultra processed, anything with 5 or more ingredients. That stuff is garbage. It's not going to take care of you, okay? So once we've done that, we're now fueling the body properly. Now what I want you to shoot for is 3 to 5 days a week of getting your strength training in. That's going to look different for all of you. Some of you have already been in the gym for years. You may not be seeing the results you want, but you've been in the gym for years. So you've got a decent foundation. Now we just have to assess where are you and what's a stimulus that's going to get your body to show that adaptation and change the way that you want it to. So we're making sure we're in a set rep scheme that's appropriate for you. If you don't know these things, this isn't something we're going to go deep into in this video right now. Hire a trainer. Get a certification yourself. Invest in there. Investing into your asset is absolutely worth your time, money, and effort, okay? Now, in terms of that liability, we're gonna get to a point, if you're eating properly, so we're gonna shoot for a gram of protein per pound of ideal body fat. So we are fueling your asset, your muscle, with the fuel that it needs. We make sure we get that number, that minimum requirement, a gram per pound of ideal body weight. We're fueling your muscle now, and we'll still have a caloric deficit so you can gain and at worst maintain the muscle you currently have while with a caloric deficit losing body fat, all right? So the goal there, increase the asset, increase the muscle, decrease that liability, and stop spending your money, your time, your effort into purchasing those ultra processed foods that are going to continue to increase this liability over here. All right? This is just a simple equation. We want more asset, less liability, and we're going to get closer and closer and closer to our results. Let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know if you have any questions about that, if I can clarify more. As I said, this is something that by reading Robert's book made a lot of sense to me financially. I'm doing some work into that now, cutting back on my liabilities, picking up my assets. My primary asset is right up here currently, what I have for knowledge, and I want to share it with all of you. And we'll find some different ways I can do that to add more value to you. In some capacity, it'll be through these videos. And if you want some more one-on-one attention, we'll discuss some prices if you want some coaching. All right? Guys, have a blessed day. Put that stuff to use, and hopefully you're getting close to that optimal range real soon. Be well.